got sound yet. I kind of flipping hate, and I'm not going to edit this stuff. Oh, and I have no face. Let me stick my little device in there and turn on some lights, even though it won't give me a face. Yeah, let's see, where am I at? Mark Donegan, self-healing practitioner and educator. It's August the 4th, and I'm in a hurry this morning, and I could care less about the production quality of this video. It's not about that. It's about what I do. It's about what I got to do, about what you got to do. And let us begin. Immediate Tepotement. I'm not fooling around today. Tepotement is a vibrational therapy. You can do a lot of stuff. I've done tons of videos on it, and I'm just going to get into what I'm doing, which is tepoting and a vibrational therapy. And what I'm doing is extreme, because my little hands, bones, and finger bones need to breathe, because I might need to stick them in somebody today. And that's how you practice that. So it takes years to be able, well, no, it took me, it took over a year before I could slam my fingers or bones like that. But daily work, pretty much daily. You don't have to do stuff daily. Everybody said daily. What do they call those words? It's black and white stuff. When you say you do stuff all the time or whatever. Anyways, I'm trying to get away from that. And routines and all those things. 3 days a week is enough to change your body. 3 days, an hour workout, 3 times a week. That goes back to when I was a kid. They used to say that was enough. It hasn't changed. So when you see people not getting better, they're not putting in their 3 hours a week. Bingo. Ooh, I actually made this little fingertip. It's got a sore on it. Your fingertips, I've done videos on this before. The bone on the end of your finger is as sharp as a needle. And you can literally stick your finger into somebody. And you can also, like I've done on my finger, have the inside of your finger bone push through the tissue and cause a bruise on the inside of your fingertip. And it's extremely painful, and it takes a long time to go away. And you have to tap right on it like I'm doing right here, because it's an injury. I injured it about 3 weeks ago. I hit it with a stick right on the end of my finger, and it drove my finger bone into my tissue, and it created an interior wound. And I've been having to give it gentle tapping ever since, because if you tap too hard, you just make the bruise inside worse. So I have to be careful with that little fingertip. It's got one place that it's like, okay, back to beating harder on those. So I got my hands pretty well done. I don't want to bruise my dang bones. But I am going hard as I can go today, because I wanted to just only spend about 20 minutes at the most doing this and get my body vibrationally ready and stretch, because you see me stretching and moving at the same time. I'm doing all my isolation on my fingers, everything that I can think of as I'm tepoting. This is a combination workout. It's stretch and working out at the same time. You try to isolate and use ease. And I've gained muscle over years of doing this, but it's not this at the muscle that you see, it's the sticks. Because I do sticks all day, every day, because I have to carry a stick. It's that simple. My legs give out, so I have to carry a stick. So, bingo. I have a over-enlarged upper body. It's an imbalance. It's not a good thing. What I'm doing now is trying to soften out that imbalance. What I'll do later is lots of walking to try to strengthen my legs and correct that imbalance. My whole life's about correcting my imbalance. thing. When I look at other people, I see their imbalance. I see their physical imbalance, first of all. I was taught to look at the human body and look how to drop it. That's simple. Look for its weakness, and I'll never change. To the day I die, when I look at people, I will immediately see their stiffness and where I should poke. For better or worse. Hello. Head and neck. Always difficult, especially when I got that headset on. I'm going deep today and fast. I'm just going to use different positions. I'm sitting here on the floor now. My inner thighs are like a bastard today, so that's what got me on here. I was over here beating the hell out of them. And knowing they needed more, and I went, well, I just get on the video, show people really what it takes to do your inner thighs. And I was in one of those positions like in martial arts guys came in, and it made me think about, well, I got to show people why they do that, because this really flipping hurts. And so I'm going to do it. And I started with a yoga position, because yoga position is like this. Your feet turned in a little bit, right? And they relax. Martial art guys, they don't relax. And I was thinking about that because my own routine, I started drifting off into the bending my knee, moving a little martial arty thingy. But those guys, think about it, you watch them on their videos. Their feet aren't turned in, they're turned more straight. They spend a lot of time like this. They drift a lot like this. And what do they do when they're like this? They hit right here. And the reason why, I've talked about it the last 3 days in videos, hip looseness. Hip looseness. Because they want to kick, and they want to come back, they want to retreat, they want to come forward. Footwork, grounding. So yeah, when I was beaten to death, because when I'm walking, and during my day, one of the places, the areas, again, I have to have a stick because my legs give out. Where do they give out? They give out right here. Right here in the groin. And it's just boom. Once that's gone, you're not walking. I mean, yeah, I get tight out here in the sciatic nerve, and that'll freeze up on me, and that'll take me out too. But when that inside nerve leg is gone, femoral artery is tightened up, you can't get blood circulation to the leg, it's not going to move. So you want to keep your femoral artery and all these. And I actually have a little hernia here. I just noticed it a couple of years ago. Keeping an eye on that little guy. Not sure how I got it. And I got way too many problems to be talking to a doctor about it. I'm not going to care about my little hernias until it gets to be a big hernia. Priorities. And the arms, lymph nodes, these are major lymph nodes. Do my neck, chin and neck. I try to talk about these when I'm on the video. I'm doing them. But this is how you keep not getting a Rona. Seriously. You just clear out your own damn lymph nodes every day. Throughout the day. If you do this every 2 hours, you will not get the Rona. Your shit's going to process through. Swear to God. It's people like me who will sit in a chair all day long or go throughout their day walking around, even having a job, and not doing any kind of movement or work on themselves, tapping, touching, especially this area, have no knowledge of the lymph nodes going downwards, have no knowledge of the thymus gland right here that needs to be tapped on, get that vibration so that it works. But even me, and even the people that know what I know, if we don't do this every couple hours, then your viral load in your throat and your sinus is just like pollen, it's gonna clog up, and it's gonna sit there and activate, and you're gonna get sick. Bingo. And then when you get sick, you do the same thing. You sit down and you don't move, unless you're me and you know better, and you push through, and you tap. And you tap your throat and go, oh my gosh, put your little throat, get the little germies out there. Get my little germies down. Oh yeah, because I have a mean ass body. When it gets down there, they gonna die. Get your sinuses clear. One of the things I do every morning is gargle with salt water. I know a lot of people do that. Not sure. Well, I got into it for a couple of reasons. There's so many reasons to do that. But I have a big old hole in my throat. Not a hole, a gap from all the surgeries they've done there. So I sort of got to keep it cleaned up. He likes to collect food. Down to my feet. Down to my feet. This is what I was doing earlier when I started. I had done my legs. And I had moved up. And I was definitely here. I was going boom, 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 boom. And I went, okay, I'm going to show everybody what it's like at the end of my deportments when I usually have the headset off, because this will break the headset when I'm up here on my head doing this. And that's how you want to be at the end. When you're getting ready to go out the door, this is what I said before, your last shot to be loose, to be kind. Not that it looks like I'm being kind, but this feels good at this level. But I wouldn't be doing it. I need all the extra beating around my scoliosis I can. You want to think about your priorities that you're going to go out into today, your deficits, my wounded areas. I want to make sure I check them all. I have torn cartilage in both knees. I want to do my circles on my knees, make sure they're nice and lubricated. Been doing that since I was 15 years old. And the damage in them has been the same. Maybe made it a little worse. My hips, they're okay, but my low back doesn't like to let them move. So they're trying to freeze up and they're trying to get old and stiffity. So I just keep on banging on the inside of those big tendons. And at the end of the day, they try to cramp up on me, despite all my best efforts. That's called spinal pressure. Ain't nothing you can do about that, except things I ain't got no will to do right now. So middle body, again, I'm trying to help my scoliosis come to one side. Tap all the way up along the ribs. It's very important to tap along the ribs, the intercostal muscles. They go home. It's amazing how my memory works. I start remembering things from school when I'm doing. Seriously, I went to a lot of school, but I do not remember names. I don't really care. But if you want to know how it works, I can explain it to you. And I can show you to you, more importantly. This is vibrational therapy. I'm getting in on my heart now. My heart needs a lot of work. Letting out some noises, some sound, some imagery. Just keeping my breath slow and calm while I'm talking. I learned on these videos not to try to get all intense with meditation and breath. It just doesn't work, and especially when I want my own movement. And I'm not willing to give up my own movement time anymore. Try to produce some dang video. This is a keto style, baby. If you can follow me, get something out of it, good for you. If you can't, go find somebody nice and slow. Plenty of them. Oh, just thinking of my friend who likes to move so quick. There's a music, there's a vibration in every day. And it's up to you to wake up and feel it in your body. Some people need the music, some people don't. But it's in you all. So if you're not hearing it and feeling it, you're just stopping it because you're rigid in your own little world. You're not feeling your body, because my body is in intense pain. And how can I jump around and feel so good right now? Endorphins for one, because I kicked the shit kind of loose. Well, I know the endorphin game. I mean, you can play it. You can play it, but your body will wear out, simply. I've had high blood pressure since I was in my 20s. I've had to medicate it since my 30s. It's been trying to really kill me since I was late 40s and 50s. They pretty much guaranteed me right in the beginning that it was going to give me a stroke by the time I was, I'd be lucky to get through my 60s. Boy, they were never wrong. They were never wrong. And those are doctors way back in the old days. Some stuff don't change. Meantime, we're all worried about my spine and whatnot. Well, most people are. I'm not too worried about it because it's either, I've been paralyzed, so even when you can't get out of bed, you still have a life and you still have a struggle. Most people don't know how to do it in bed or in a chair. Like what I'm doing here, standing here doing all these different things. They've never been around anybody that had the ability to do and imagination and time to do all these movements. And there's my gift of time. I spent decades trying to stay alive myself, doing whatever it took, putting myself at whatever level. And it can never stop. The day I stop, it just gets worse. So I don't want that. So while my brain's still half functional, because it's definitely sleeping, because of what I was telling you, endorphins, I don't care who you are, your brain is a gift from God, and when God takes it away, it's gone, baby. It could be Alzheimer's, it could be whatever. It's also called karma. It's universe stuff. The universe has gifted what part of my brain I have today to say the words that I have. I pray that it keeps giving them for as long as I can. Not for myself, for others. I've got everything that I need. Everything that I need to keep moving. There's a confidence that comes from breath, from grounding, from getting out of your head, being able to be this dang grounded, to balance. I mean, I'm not greatly balanced, but heck, I could stand on one foot. I couldn't do that even a year and a half ago. And I don't have that ability every day again because I have paralysis. So thank you, Lord. So pretty well done. I beat everywhere I could beat. I could do a little more on my arms. Tendonitis isn't always an issue, especially on my left arm, so I'll whack on my elbow a little more. And when you tap into poke, this is something you should do while you're exercising. I do it when I'm walking because my leg, again, this leg, so I'm walking. If you've ever seen me walk, you've seen me flipping my stick, and you've also seen me doing this. Because, baby, I've learned, and I used to do this bicycling on marathon rides. I'll whack my legs until you keep that circulation going and drive that leg on. These are gifts. These are gifts. These are things I'm sure the Indians knew these things, in the old days, the old Indians back in the day. When they were running along the trail, I knew they were running along the trail going, come on, leg, please, Lord, help this leg keep on going. Same way I did, because I felt it. If you can get out of the world and get out of your mind and, even a little out of your body and connect it with that spirit, things can start happening. And, the grounding part's really important. The magical question, are we of the earth or are we of the universe? Are we of them all? We have them all. So yeah, we gotta be grounded and we gotta be in our head. And yeah, the power is up there and the darkness is down here. And this is a power. Darkness is a power. It's strength to see in dark and to see the light in dark. Okay, I'm just getting way too weird. I'm turning shit off. Oh God. Yeah, and I need to get the fuck out the door too.